Hi everyone. I wanted to get on here and I want to do a follow-up video on my bully video because subscriber who's been very supportive of me and really appreciate her. Um, and she had asked me some really good questions and I want to answer them this way instead of trying to write it all out because it'd be a book because I can go off on tangents. But I also know that if you hear noises, and my sweet little doggies, he's over there rolling and having fun, sleeping on. We have our bed in here. Well, not we have a bed. It used to be our bedroom until um. Well, anyway, there's a bed there. She's laying down on it. She loves to lay on the blankets, and she's just rolling all around, enjoying herself. So you may hear her. Um, I would see. I get off on these little tangents and I forget where I was, but I want to answer the questions uh, and not have it be a book. So bear with me. I know I can be a little squirrely. It's something I'm trying to work on. She'd asked. She said some stuff before, but then she said, "I wonder why they do it." I don't know why they do it. Well, that's not true. I imagine there was something about his life that was probably unpleasant. He was probably being bullied himself. Now, I hate that as an excuse, but when you're a child, sometimes you don't know what to do with that anger. So you take it out on an easy target, which I was. Excuse me. Which I was a target. I didn't fight back. I didn't stick up for myself. I didn't say anything. I just cried. And I don't know if he got some kind of satisfaction out of that. I don't know if because he was being bullied. You know, a lot of times when people are being bullied, they take two paths. Either they have the empathy part and they can feel for the other person, or they're so angry inside that they take that out on somebody else. So less that's weaker than them, I guess, is how I want to say that. So I don't know though. She goes, I wonder what they are like now as adults, and I don't know. For my bully, I don't know. Um, there's no much information about him. And yes, there was times when he's not on Facebook, and even the people that are acquaintance with him have no idea. Never heard from him since. Um, I don't know. I there's a part of me, I'm gonna be honest with you, that hopes that he hasn't had a good life. That's the revengeful side of me, and I know that's not healthy, but how can you want somebody who tortured you and changed who you are to have this wonderful life when they changed you and made you miserable? And, now that I recognize that I allowed him to do it, but still, he affected me to the point where and I don't want to say, well, I know I have PTSD with it. I know there's 3 things they wanted to diagnose me with PTSD, and I just got scared. I was already diagnosed with anxiety and depression, and during a time where it wasn't popular or trendy to I'm getting distracted because my sweet little puppy's over here. She's just doing her cute little things. But anyway, I'll get off on a tangent. I'll forget what I'm talking about. And see, I already did. But the PTSD, and I just didn't want to be diagnosed with one more thing because it was weird. It wasn't popular to be diagnosed with anything or it's trendy where it's okay, and it was okay for people to deny you a job because then you see you as a mental illness, and it could be an issue. This is before all the equal opportunities and all this stuff. But anyway, yeah, I don't know if I want to know if he has a good life. And if I was to be completely honest with you, there's a part of me that hopes he doesn't. I hope that he lives in regret and would show me that he's some kind of empathy. But there's a part of me that wonders if he's not a narcissist and just doesn't care that his happiness comes through other people's pain, that he doesn't have that normal thinking that people have. So I don't think he cares. I don't think he would care. And the reason why I'm not sure I want to know is because a little side note here is the other person who was a female that used to be kind of the next bully type person who wasn't to any near his extreme, don't get me wrong, but she was nasty. When she had something nasty to say, it was nasty. And she was a pure bitch. And excuse my language, but that's what she was. She was let's just say she was a witch with a B. And because I don't like to swear that much. And yeah, I don't know. Just it makes me uncomfortable. But anyway, she just she was an entitled brat is what she was. She thought she was better than everybody else. She always had the top of everything to wear. She was always so fancy and dressy, and everything was perfect, and her hair was perfect, and she just was very entitled. That's all I can think of. She thought she was better than you. So um years later we became friends on Facebook. I said, you know what, we're all adults now, and we, she wasn't one that was, she was a bully, but not to like he was. So, but then I found myself being very triggered by her. Not that she did or say anything, but it was very upsetting for me, and I'm sure it probably touched my PTSD, that she was so mean, and here she is living this fantastic life. Well, and then you realize that social media sometimes doesn't always show you what the truth is, but only what they want you to believe. But anyway, she made really good money. She's very successful. She's married to a high school sweetheart. They have like that 2.5 kids with a white picket fence, and it was very hard to see that. And here I am struggling. It's like, I try to be a decent person, and here she was just snotty as could be. And look at her life now. And not that I'm happy for her, I don't know how to put this, but she's a trigger for me. So I had to do, when I started finally realizing I had to do things that healed my mental health, that I just could not have her as a friend on Facebook, because I'm trying to heal, and have seen her life was a trigger for me. And I was jealous, I was angry. It's like, how dare she have a life like, and she gets to treat people like that, and this is the life she gets. I did nothing to nobody, and this is the life I got. This was when I was deep in my, I don't want to say pity party, because you just don't know, but I was deep in, just in my lost years, where I just didn't know who I was and where I belonged in this world. And I still struggle with that. But anyway, um, so yeah, I don't know if I want to know where he is an adult because of the way I reacted with her. Um, I think there's two things he could be doing. I know that he was allegedly, I want to do this the right way, you know, took drugs and went to the parties and stuff. So I don't know if he went down that path too far, or he's probably some boss somewhere yelling and screaming and belittling people that he doesn't see as equals. I don't know. Um, but anyway, I wonder if they ever think of what they did and what they were younger and now as adults feel any regret or remorse. No, I don't think he does. Um, Maybe he does. I don't know. But he's never tried to reach out. Never tried to. Um, no, I just don't. I don't think he's the type that would. I think he's got a little ego. Or no, not a little. He's got a big ego. I think if he does have a narcissist issue or problem, then no, there's no way he feels remorse, because they just don't feel remorse. The world revolves around them. So no, I don't think so. That's just a gut feeling. I could be 100% wrong, but I don't think so. I don't think that he gives two you know whats. I was just a fat person that should have been skinny, and not his fault that I didn't stick up for myself. And yeah, he would be one of those people to deflect and turn twisted and make him the victim. I don't even know if I want to say victim. He just would. It would be all my fault, because she should have stood up for herself, and yeah, I should have, but for a whole different reason. I should have stood up for myself, because people like that don't deserve to have the power that I allow them to have. So, anyway. And then she goes, I'm just curious, if you could meet this person, would you like to confront them and let them know the damage they've done? I don't know. I almost think it would boost his ego if he knew he destroyed my life as much as he did. If he's definitely got a narcissist type behavior, or thinking, or attitude, however you want to say that, or issue, I don't know. I think that he would probably gloat on it. I don't think that he would. I think he would see it as a prize almost, and I don't want to give him that satisfaction. And do I want to see now me fighting to be, well, I'm 54. He's probably say, yeah, but she didn't do it till she was 50, almost old, half on her deathbed. And I just don't. No, I don't. I don't know. There's part of me when I was growing up did. There's a part of me that wanted to scream and yell but what good does it do? The damage he's already done is then done. There's nothing he could say or do that will ever change that. Um, and I don't care to forgive him. It's almost because he just doesn't exist to me anymore. He just doesn't exist. He doesn't exist, and I mean that in not in like he's not here anymore, but more he just doesn't have that space in my head anymore. I don't give him that space anymore. I don't give him that satisfaction. I don't give him anything. I feel nothing towards him. Um, why I cry when I talk about it is because it's more of a I'm angry that I allowed him to have that much space in my and so I'm angry that he robbed me of years and that I allowed it. That's what I'm more angry about than him. I'm angry that I allowed him to change who I should have been. And he is really 90, well, I'm going to say 75% of the reason why I never knew who I wanted to be in my life. I never knew or trusted that I could do what I wanted to do in my life. And he made me scared to do things. So I just don't care. I'm more angry at that I allowed it to happen. I'm more angry that I didn't wake up to it. I'm more angry that I didn't speak out more, that I didn't tell people more, that I was hiding behind this wanting everybody to think that I was part of, because everybody wants everyone to think that they were part of the clique or they were part of the popularity or popular or just to be liked. That's all I wanted was just to be liked. And he's the reason why I have fought so hard and wondered why is it so hard for me to find people to like me. And he's the reason why some people didn't like me because I was a very negative thinker because he put such negativity in my life. So anyway, that's more what so I don't really care what if he thinks. And I'm not sure if I want to know because it's just he doesn't matter to me anymore. The damage he's done matters, okay? And I don't know how to explain that. It's just, I guess you could say in some ways I do because I wouldn't be the way, but I'm more mad at not getting the answers when I should have. But anyway, I've worked really hard on not just caring if he exists or not in my world. And he doesn't in my world. And I don't mean that as in I wish him to be gone. I don't. I just don't care if he's got a successful life or not. And part of me is that's a tricky question because I think there is probably a part of me that does. I won't lie, but I just don't think I care enough. Because yeah, because he doesn't have my control, the power anymore. So, and anyway, that one's a tricky one. I will be honest with you. I'm not sure if I answered it correctly, or I'd have to do a lot more soul searching on that one. That one was a tough one. If I would sit down with him, and I really just don't think I care enough to. He's done the damage, and no matter what he says to me, the damage is done. You could say sorry a million times, which he won't. I know he won't, but if he did, it didn't matter. It doesn't matter. Word's a word. Words hurt. Words stick with you, and words can change you. So that whole sticks and stones will break your bones, but names will never hear you is bull crap. Because the damage has been done through his words, and you can only. It's like when you take a piece of wheat. I love that similar or the comparison they do where they crumple up a piece of paper and then you fold it back out. It will never be completely perfect looking again. It will always have those wrinkles in there, and that's basically how I look at it. He's done his damage. So I did it. So when you said about write them and tell them how much pain they caused, I did a exercise with my therapist, in which I'll have to tell you for that story again. Who actually damaged me too. I'm telling you guys, there's something about the target with me. But what I did learn from her, one things I do say that she did do good was she had me write a letter to him, and then I burned it, and it helped to get that initial anger out. Is like, what is it that's really bothering me about him? Why is he still stuck in my head at that point in time? So, but to send it to him, I probably would never have sent it to him because I don't want to have to bring all that up again and have him back in my life. So, yeah, I'm sorry this is longer again, but it's hard because I didn't want to just pass these questions by because I thought they were good questions and they're thought provoking questions. And the one that really got me is I'm back and forth on would I sit down with him, and maybe I would. Part of me wants to sit down with him, and but I don't want him to know that I have struggled my life. I want him to, but the truth is I have, and he's part of the reason for it. He is part of the was part of the problem. Now that I recognize it, I can't just use that as an excuse to not change and become, more secure, more, what's the word I'm looking for, more in control of my life. And because once you know something, you can't just ignore it. You have to either face it or you're going to be the victim for the rest of your life. And I am no longer refusing or no longer allowing him to be in charge of my life and no longer have him have that impact that he had on me. Nothing I can do about it. I have tons of regrets, but regrets are regrets. I can't change them. Only thing I can do now is move forward and become the best possible human being and authentic as I can be, and live the best life I can. It's a struggle. Um, but I refuse to give up, and I promise myself before that I take my last breath that I will have my reason why I was here. And if I was honest with you right now, I couldn't give it to you right now. I'm getting stronger, I'm getting better, but I don't want to be the weak person that I was. I don't like who I was in my 20s and 30s and 40s. I want my 50s and 60s and hopefully 70s and my 80s to be fantastic. So, anyway, all right, guys. I know this was really long, but I hope that if it resonated with you, that it will be thought provoking for you and how you would answer the questions. And I would love to see your answers if you want to answer the questions in the comment below. On this video or that one. I would love to hear them, or a different insight or a different way how you handled it if you're on the other side of it as well. So anyway, have a fantastic rest of your week and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.